Thank you, Dr. Jayaprakash for your kind words. And I'd like to invite Mr. Srinivas Gulapalli, Coordinator for PFL St. Louis chapter, who wants to share a few words on Loksatta Party and PFL.
Good evening, everyone. I am Srinivas, representing PFL St. Louis chapter. PFL is a non-profit political organization formed by young Indians who are overseas, and it has been established in various countries, USA, UK, Germany, Australia, etc. The vision or mission of PFL is to spread the ideology and principles of Loksatta Party and encourage the Indians to promote and vote for India and in Indian elections for Loksatta. And as I come to the Loksatta Party, why we need Loksatta? After the independence, let me jump into Telugu. That would be more comfortable for me. Indian independence వచ్చాక ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఏపీ పాలిటిక్స్ తీసుకుంటే ఒక టన్ టు ప్రకాశం పంతులు గారు వచ్చారు. వారు కరేజ్ ధైర్యంగా బ్రిటిష్ వారిని ఎదిరించి పోరాడి ఇండిపెండెన్స్ తీసుకొచ్చి తర్వాత వారి ఐడియాలజీ లేకపోతే వారి లీడర్షిప్ నాకు అవసరమైంది. After Tanuturi, if we touch base the history like Sundarai garu, then Andhra చెప్పాలంటే అప్పట్లో ఉన్నటువంటి పరిస్థితులు తెలుగు సెల్ఫ్ రెస్పెక్ట్ ఇష్యూ వచ్చేసి ఎన్టీఆర్ గారిని మనం చెప్పకుండా ఉండలేము. సో నౌ ఇట్స్ we need a leader like JP. Why? Because we are lack of security, we are lack of lots of things. I can say infrastructure, or unemployment, or corruption is at its peak, violence and insecurity among people. So now we do need a leader like JP for Loksatta Party, and at the same time we will try our best to support Loksatta Party through PFL. And if we talk about reforms or what has been achieved, significant achievements made by Loksatta, Right to Information Act, disclosure of criminal records during the election time, and every candidate should declare their assets or properties, whatever. So apart from these, like constitutional amendments to eliminate the defections and reduce the size of cabinet, as well like belt shop మీద ఉద్యమం కానీ ఇలాంటి చాలా significant achievements చేయడం జరిగింది. So right now, like I like to request you, Loksatta Party principles, okkari meer people for Loksatta or loksatta.org kelli okkari go through them and let us know your feedback also. And we have some, I'll mention a few highlights here. Small towns, like developing like thousands of small towns, and education reforms. In agriculture, like party is encouraging agri-clinics as well. We want to control the liquor. We should not see liquor or ఇప్పుడు దురదృష్టవశాత్తు ప్రభుత్వాలన్నీ కూడా లిక్కర్ని ఒక ఇన్కమ్ లాగా చూస్తున్నాయి. దాన్ని కంట్రోల్ చేయాలని లోక్సత్తా పార్టీ కూడా ట్రై చేస్తూ ఉంది. అండ్ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం we will bring awareness to people to vote for India as well for a good leader. I like to request you all, support Loksatta in the way we are doing now till we reach our goal, and continue our support throughout our journey. Thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Loksatta.
Before calling on Mr. Vijayana to educate us more about the people power, I would like to share a few words about him. Mr. Vijayana is a tireless crusader against corruption who was an NRI who moved back to India. He is the leading person behind the Fifth Pillar, an anti-corruption movement and an NGO. His organization uses RTI effectively for fighting against corruption in government offices. The organization combines innovation with law. It uses a method called satellite RTI, where applications will be filed from remote branches to protect activists from local corrupted offices. If it invented zero-rupee note that a common man can present to corrupted officials as a bribe. Mr. Vijayanand is an entrepreneur turned social activist and played very active roles in many social organizations like AIDS India Foundation. Please welcome Mr. Vijayanand to educate us more about Makkalachi, which means people power, the Loksatta of Tamil Nadu.
Good evening, everyone. How is everyone at St. Louis? Good? I can tell that even without you responding to that, because Dr. JP calls people who come to such meetings as insane people. In the United States, a meeting that discusses about a very boring, quote-unquote, useless topic, politics, right? What can NRIs do from the US in Indian politics? For this topic, for this kind of a talk, hundreds of people have attended in the last 25 days in 12 cities, starting from Boston. Today is the 12th city. Across these 12 cities, PFL volunteers have put together more than 20 meetings. This is the last meeting of this tour. And so we all, I think, should give a big hand to the volunteers of the People for Loksatta. There are several of them, so it will be unjust to name a few and leave the rest. So the entire volunteer force under the leadership of Srinivas Gulapalli and I thought only Atlanta, Dallas and Houston team had this high-risk behavior. In the US, if you are going forward and arranging an event over the long weekend, is it suicidal or not? Yes, right? So I thought Atlanta, Dallas and Houston, which did Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday of the Memorial Day weekend, I thought that was suicidal, but then it turned out to be 150, 200, 400 in Dallas, 200 in Houston, and then I was thinking St. Louis, they chose the middle of the week, Wednesday, and thank you so much for all of you for being here, being a working day. So this indicates that you all are looking forward for the much awaited change that is around the corner. The way we look at it, India is ready for change, the young India is ready for change, and that is the generation that is majority population of India as of today. As most of you would have already known, 65% of India is under age 35, and as you also know, the 45 to 50% of the voting population that does not go to polls from the middle class, from the educated class, is also the younger generation, people who just crossed 18, though they are eligible to vote, they don't have any excitement to vote for obvious reasons, right? Who do they vote for? They don't find anybody that they can relate to run their government, so they don't vote until they turn 35 or 40, they don't even vote, most of them. And that 65% is going to be Loksatta's target voters, and in the next 10 years, as Dr. JP always quotes, we don't have to wait for another 100 years for this change to occur. It's going to be happening in the next 10 years. I'll tell you why. Some of you might be in disbelief and thinking that we are trying to sell something that is not going to happen. If you recall the independence struggle, the first official registered independence struggle was 1857, right? The Sepoy War, Indian Sepoy War of Mutiny. 1857, we had to struggle all the way up to 1947, 90 years. Why? Because it was the 19th century and some part of 20th century. There was absolutely no tools of communication that Indians could get together. There were absolutely no leadership for several years until a lot of the leaders that we know that got the independence formed the leadership of the National Freedom Movement. And even then, if you look at the list of leaders that we all know about as our fathers of the freedom struggle, starting from Mahatma Gandhi, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose,